the interesting thing about Nate is Grinch and I were on the same page when I first got here about we wanted basketball players. We want long, athletic basketball players, and Nate checks several boxes for us, being a very long kid and very athletic. And when I first saw Nate, I remember I was at his high school, and to see this kid walk down the hall, I was like, oh my word, who is this? And I knew his high school coach, Houston Lillard, for a long time, Damian Lillard's older brother. So I've been knowing that family for a while, and they just said, hey, this kid's got an opportunity to be a really good really good football player. And he just kept getting bigger and bigger the closer he got to me, and I was smitten by it. I just fell in love right away. And then just to see that, he was a blank slate, and a lot of these kids come in with different techniques and everything they learned from high school, and we got to break it all down and try to teach them our new techniques. But Nate was such a blank slate, even in the weight room with Benny and those guys. He's just so raw and so young, and I'm confident in my coaching ability to be able to get him over that hump. And I just told him here a little bit ago, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a year or two, because this growth, it's new. So with it being new, you got to just trust the process, trust that you're going to get hit hard, trust that your pad level is going to be bad, trust your eyes are going to be bad, but once it clicks, it's going to click, and we're very excited about Nate. When I first got here, I sat down with Coach Grinch, and we just watched all the kids that we had offered, and we went through the whole list, and he wanted to see if I had liked them or didn't like them, and I liked both of those kids a lot. And Ethan, with him being a local kid, I say local because he's in state, but Ethan grew up a Sooner, and and that relationship was, I don't want to say it was easy, but it was easy because he was, no matter what, Ethan was coming here. He grew up a Sooner, and just the other day in practice, he said, Coach, I'm having so much fun. Like, this is a dream for him. I'm like, all right, well, let's make some plays. But that relationship just grew over time, and that one was a little bit easier because no matter what, Ethan eats, sleeps Sooner football. So Ethan was going to be a Sooner no matter what, if I was in this chair or not. I think Clayton was a little bit different because he was the number one outside backer in the state of Texas last year. And with Texas and A&M and all those other schools and the SEC schools coming after him, we really had to foster that relationship. And I've recruited that area before. Coach Grinch had recruited that area before, Texarkana. So Coach Grinch kind of already had the relationship with him, and I just had to build trust with him. Like, hey, listen, dude, you're going to come here, and the success with Nick Benito actually helped that out more than people realize, because a lot of people see Nick's success and like, oh, okay, I can come in there and be the next Nick. I could be because a lot of schools sell that guy who's on to the next level or has success, and they sell that guy. So now we have a guy like a Nick Benito just to sell that to Clayton. And Clayton's a long, athletic kid that I don't want to say he's going to surprise people, but once he learns how to play within our defense, it's going to be fun. But his relationship was a little bit different, and I think once he came out here and saw it, he just fell in love with it. He came out here the year before I got here to one of our champion barbecues, and he saw it and he fell in love with it. They are, because they, obviously they're here now and they're learning the defense, and then the NCAA's up the hours where we can actually spend some time with the kids. So between film time and walkthrough time, and we're in year 3 of of this defense. Now the older guys know the ins and outs. So they're helping coaching the kids up. While I may be watching the play, I can hear a conversation behind me going on about the defense, and it's a great conversation. It's not a guy coaching a guy up the wrong way. He's actually telling them what to do and how it goes. And then I also got to do a better job of reminding myself that these guys are still in high school. Like, they're still high school kids. They should technically be in high school. It's funny because Ethan Downs came up to me last week. Was like, hey, Coach, can I go to prom? And I'm looking at him like, huh? And I have to realize, like, oh, they should still be in high school. I'm like, dude, go to prom. Like, don't worry. You can take that Friday off. Like, you go to prom, get your corsage, have a great time. But he's still a college kid now. But mentally, they're still high school kids trying to learn the defense, and then I'm on them, and it's just all new for them. But it's fun, man. I'm definitely happy with all 3 of those freshmen. Yeah, it's funny. You in the middle before you start practice, a kid comes up to you and say, "Hey, can I go to prom?" I'm like, "What, prom?" So it's been fun.
For more information, you can visit TulsaWorld.com.